Happy to say. Oh, sure, we're live. Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
hey, yo.
I'm prepared like your team.
Whoa. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Okay. Well, after that little comment, hello and welcome to the End-to-End Football Podcast. You're here with myself, Abs1010. As you can see, I'm joined. Obviously, it had to be a full house after the results this weekend by SAS and Kuda. SAS, what's going on? How you feeling?
3 points and all that. All good.
Cheers.
Wowzers.
Kuda, how you feeling?
Boy, blessed boy. You know what I mean? W's and that.
What's that? 3 points as well, yeah? Say no more.
It's gonna be a long podcast. I can tell this one. Right?
3-point collections, like that.
You know what I mean? W's all. Sorry.
All right. As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this pod is going to be quite difficult for me. I'm going to try and keep my cool, remain professional, calm, objective. That's the most important thing. I have to remain objective, not going to get wound up by these two questions on United and all the rest of that. But with that being said, let's go to the big game of the weekend. The big game of the weekend is obviously Crystal Palace versus Wolves. That was obviously the biggest game of the weekend. Finished 3-2 in that. Kuda, what are you saying about your team?
Yeah. Nice one, big man. Nice one.
All right. Let's just get this over and done with, man. I'm going to put a timer on my watch because I am not going past 15 minutes on this. I ain't going past 15 minutes. There you go. Boom, we're started. All right. Man United. Nice little trip to London to face Arsenal at the Emirates. Finished 3-1. Obviously, Arsenal got their own version of Fergie time, and they scored their winning goal at 96, and then their third goal at 101 minutes gone past. See, I don't know what's going on here with the extra time, but that's how they won the game, because otherwise it would have finished 1-1 in normal time. So that's how I'm going to go with that one.
Didn't you have injuries?
Nah, minor. The injuries is 1 minute, bro. Not 10, 11 minutes added on. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What can I say? Well,
wow.
I will start.
Nasty.
Yeah. I will start by saying, well done to Arsenal for getting the win, stealing the win, really, because there's a lot of problems with their second goal in particular. There was a foul on Johnny Evans. The ref obviously decided not to call it because he's getting paid by them, allegedly.
1 second. Don't just try and fly past that. Hold on.
What?
Just because Eric 10 Egghead said that. No. That weren't no foul. Because man was pulling him as well.
He's blocking him.
A
defender's trying to go. The defender's trying to go and block a shot, and another defender
had his arm all around him as well.
Right?
And was he not holding him as well?
You know what? It's a long season.
Right,
I guarantee you that is going to come up as a foul in another game. I guarantee you. Don't worry. We'll see. We'll definitely see.
Consistency. You've said it all the time. But it wasn't a foul.
And we won't get consistency. So. You're damn right. You're absolutely right. We're never consistent.
All right. Keep it rolling. Right. Keep it rolling.
But yeah. Very nasty second goal conceded. All the hard work that had been done from the team. About the game itself, surprisingly, I'm actually quite positive about the performance from United, right? It was a bit boring. They clearly went out with a different mindset to how we've been playing against, case in point, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, and Wolves, where we were just open all the time. I was very surprised at how Arsenal did not come out to press us when we had the ball at the back. I think there was a point where we had 20 plus passes across the back line, and Arsenal were not biting in the first half. They did try a little bit harder in the second half to come and press us, but to be honest, it wasn't working as well as I'm surprised it just wasn't working as well as I thought it would. We did catch Arsenal out with the first goal, 27th minutes. I think this was probably our first shot on target, and it led to a goal straight away. Lovely ball from Ericsson. Rashford on the ball. Ben White doing what he did all game, actually. He just kept backing off from Rashford. And I don't blame him because he does have a record against Rashford absolutely killing him within the box area. So I'm not surprised he backed up all the way. But he backed up again. Rashford cut in and, took a shot. The most disappointing thing, and Flexo United View said this, and I think that clip is going around everywhere. And I also, as I was watching the game, sat here and said, I'm not celebrating anytime soon because we done this last season at the Emirates and Arsenal will probably equalise within 5 minutes. How wrong was I? Because it was less than 30 seconds, I think they equalised. And it was so rubbish defending as well, which is really disappointing. Funny enough, rubbish defending from Ericsson, who actually got the assist for our goal. After that, it was same thing in the whole first half. Was us keeping the ball at the back, Arsenal deciding whether to press, half press, no press, or whatever. And kind of boring, almost looked like we both cancelled each other out. Second half, again, completely different. Arsenal did come out of the woodworks a bit, tried to press us. I don't think we lost the ball under pressure a lot, which was good, positive to see. As I said, the most important thing for me is that we weren't as open as we had been for the other games. But yeah, ultimately, Arsenal run out, the winners. I thought we had won the game at 2-1 in the 86th minute because I'm not even sure what's going on with the offside rule. From what I gathered before the season started, they said they're going to give advantage to the striker. If they score with their foot and their head is offside, they're not going to call it, and they've called it. Gonna have to take it. It's hard. It's a hard pill to take. We thought we were gonna win it. Our mentality went out the window once it was called back, and then we lost it. That's it. That's how I'm gonna leave it as that. I ain't moaning at no one. I actually was.
So what about the first goal?
What about the first goal? We're trying to go for the equalizer.
I'm not talking about you. You never had a second. I'm talking about Arsenal's first goal.
Yeah, no, we were trying to go for equalizer. They caused on a counter attack. There were two mistakes. There were two mistakes involved in that goal. One, Rashford pulling out of a tackle. I mean, Rashford, man, you're a grown-ass man. Write the guy off. Win the ball or foul the man so that they don't go and counter-attack us. And then obviously there's a last-ditch attempt by Monsieur Delot to stop Jesus from shooting. I mean, Wan-Bissaka, it wouldn't have happened that was Wan-Bissaka, but Delot's defensively, I've always had question marks about him because he should know better. Jesus is right-footed. He was always going to cut back on his right. He had no reason to dive in like that. As he did, sliding around like that, he's now become a meme.
But hold on, where did Dalot play in the game?
Left back.
Left back, yeah. So
yeah.
Dalot has come from all the way over the other side. Where was the centre back?
No, he didn't come from the other side. Sean, don't try it. Right? All the two centre backs have gone forward to try and score a goal because it was the last dying seconds of the game. Right? Dalot's come to cover. He should be covering. What's a fullback's job? It's to cover. He's come through covering, but what
on the opposite side,
he should have known better. It doesn't matter what side.
On the other side.
Wan-Bissaka's
the other side. To be fair, this is the first time I'm gonna shoot you some bail on this one, boy. He had to because, bro, you lot had Evans and Maguire as your centre backs.
I mean,
at the end of the game.
you know what?
Lord have mercy. Do you know what I mean?
We'll get into it.
You needed your
fullbacks.
Guys
gonna mention stuff. We'll get into it.
No, but what I'm saying, Wan-Bissaka should have been there to do that. You understand? Because he's got a couple. Even though he's a fullback, that's you know what?
Attacking.
That's your own problem, bro. I love the finish.
No, I don't know what you're trying to get at because you're trying to make up this thing like you're surprised on fullback or covers. I don't understand.
I ain't gonna lie.
I just like the finish.
This whole monologue you've gone in for the last 7 minutes, yeah, it lacks je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? It lacks passion. You're speaking like you don't care. You're like you must have been watching that game having a cup of tea, bro. Just like
no, I mean it's the thing, right?
You literally came out and said, "Yeah, we lost the game. Yeah, whatever." Actually, I'm quite happy with the thing. Ban you anyway, innit? Ban you. Let's actually watch United fans actually have passion. that actually care about their team. You know what I mean? Not this guy.
Hey,
that's
don't start. Wait, hold on. Is it
coming
9 o'clock?
on here?
No, it's not 9 o'clock, so I can't swear. Don't start with that BS, bro.
Yeah,
right? Why you want me to be emotional? That is not gonna happen.
Nah.
This is like last week when Sean didn't bite. I was gonna bite.
Let's see people that got passion, man. You know what I mean?
Don't try it.
You ain't got no passion. You know what I mean? You don't even care about your team. Let's let people. Come on.
Guys, stay in the game. Right, you're not gonna like this part.
This was me.
I know. Just let me speak. Please. No.
Speak to us.
This is just me being honest. It's not me just trying to shit on the team. Arsenal historically,
you don't care.
They up it, yeah, and this happened last year.
Oh my days. See
Flex,
that
big up.
Big
up. You have to be sensible, bro. Not be
a room full of passion, boy. Not this guy that's coming out talking about. You know what? Even though we lost to one of our biggest rivals 3-1, I'm actually quite happy with that performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even though we spent all this money and we ended up with a centre back pairing of Maguire and Johnny Evans in 2023. I'm actually happy with this performance.
We'll come back to that.
Even though we played this game, yeah. And the person that looks like they had the most security on the ball was our goalkeeper. I'm actually happy with this performance, Even though we played this game and Martial, you're playing with 10 men basically. I'm actually happy with this game,
That is ridiculous.
Brother, Martial was a ghost.
Brother, every time he got the ball, Arsenal had to foul him to get the ball off him. Lord. Every single time.
That new kid that came, he actually done a lot more than my man, bro.
Because he ran forward.
Bro,
the game was open there.
Gabriel was sweating when he came on. Yeah, he was roughing him up. He was showing that he was there. Martial FC, that lukewarm bowler, bro. Lukewarm footballer, bro. Do you know what I mean? So no passion, just like you on this.
Gabriel couldn't tackle Martial in the whole minutes he was playing. He didn't tackle him once.
He didn't have to, because what was he doing?
He didn't have to. He controlled the ball and get someone else in. What do you mean he didn't have to?
Who did he get in?
Every single time Gabriel tried to get the ball off him, he fouled him.
Hold on.
That's just.
I don't know what. Listen here. The game that I watched was most of the time your goalkeeper had the ball. Arsenal wouldn't press because obviously you can't press on Nana because he's going to find the pass anyway. So that was pointless. That's why Arsenal didn't press.
Yep.
Right. You don't really work with Onana there because he's quite secure on the ball. Right.
Correct.
But Onana was bypassing the midfield and looking for Rashford or Martial. When the ball got to Rashford, things kind of happened.
Okay, see now you're lying. What are you talking about?
He scored. Did you not
score? That wasn't from Alana's pass. Because actually Rashford...
I didn't say that's from Alana's pass. I'm just saying
see, this
when
is
the
what I'm
ball got to Rashford, things happened. Yeah? When the ball got to Martial, the Arsenal fans...
gave a foul away, yes.
And the Arsenal fans, they thought, it's Martial.
Yeah, so they gave a foul away.
When Rashford got the ball, Arsenal fans were sweating. What's his name? Ben White was sweating. When Martial got the ball, them man were having a cup of tea. They were relaxed. It was like, ain't nothing going to happen with this guy, bro.
So they had a cup of tea and then fouled the guy. That's excellent.
Yeah, because he's a waste man. Why are you getting fouled? Don't get fouled, didn't it?
What do you mean stop?
Ball, fam. Come on.
This guy. Good try. Good try.
To be fair,
good try. Good try.
Nah, sure. Let me go to you because this guy's not sensible. What did Martial do in that game, big man?
I forgot he was on the pitch, bro.
I like. My days, this guy, bro. He's meant
to be a striker. I don't know. All right, Abbas, I'm sorry. He done something.
The most amount of BS I've heard today, but okay, keep going.
You know what? I do feel David De Gea would have saved that second goal. You know that.
What nonsense is that? Oi! What absolute nonsense is that?
You're a nasty guy. I'm trying to find a way to go with that, but
nasty, bro. Oh my god,
mad one still. That's a mad one. I said, "Yo, catch the deflections, innit?"
No, I'm just messing around.
Oh my days! But no, I'm sorry. We know Martial is a sensitive topic. You know, Martial, Sancho, Pogba, all the ballers, in your team. Yeah, it's a sensitive topic.
Very
You know
sensitive.
what I mean? But it's always funny that the people that are the so-called ballers don't thrive at Man United. Then the people that are so-called not ballers, they do better than the ballers. But surely, if you're a baller, you should be able to be more adaptable. How are you looking worse than a man with less technique than you?
But this is ultimately childish, right?
How is it childish?
It's
Rashford was running down. I was even messaging in the group that Ben White, he don't want to see Rashford right now. I even messaged
Ben
in
White
the
has
group.
history. They make sense now.
Yes, but that's what I said. Like Rashford was doing something. I never felt that way with Martial, and I've given Martial credit when he's had games where he's had good link up play and hold up play because he's capable of it. But this is not the game. This ain't the game. This is not the game for you to say, "Oh, but he done X, Y, Z."
Okay,
no way.
This is why I said this is childish.
He won
because
fouls.
we haven't had a striker.
He won fouls.
We haven't had a striker for majority of the game this season.
And when a real striker came on, the defense was sweating.
Brother, let me finish my sentence, bro. Let me finish my sentence, yeah? We haven't had a striker for majority of the thing. We've played Rashford up there. And the first thing that everyone said is, he can't play the back towards the goal, he can't hold the ball, and then we can't find him. That's the complete opposite of what Martial gave us against Arsenal. And a little bit of the last game as well. You can find him. He does hold the ball. He does get the midfielders on the ball by setting it off to them. He does. It's not... the beautiful thing about it is, it's not wonderful to look at, right? And you know what? I agree. We should get a lot more often than just that. Because he had a chance, and I'm surprised that he didn't hit the ball properly because he hit it straight at the keeper. And then Rashford almost got the rebound. So yeah, I want more from him. But to say that he was utterly rubbish is that's just BS. You're clearly not watching the game.
I watched the whole game actually. Thank you very much. I watched the whole game.
Yeah, because you're not serious.
I watched the whole game, and I'll tell you what I saw. Like I said that who was your best man on the ball? He was your goalkeeper, which is insane.
You know what? I can't even disagree.
That is insane. And you can't tell me that I didn't watch the game. If I'm coming,
how can you say he was happy with the performance?
I'm not even going to disagree with that.
How can you say he was happy with the performance then?
No, because defensively we've been open. Like we've been shockingly open. You saw the
but you know what?
You saw the Tottenham game. You saw even the Nottingham Forest one.
Yeah, but Abbas, you're lucky. Arsenal didn't put the other chances away.
They didn't have that many chances.
But
they had the main one. The main two chances they had was the Saka one, which he was surprised to get because that's how the game was going, and a Declan Rice one from the corner. That's it.
Oh yeah, and Havertz as well.
Okay, well, we know what Havertz was going to do with it. Havertz is Havertz, isn't it? Right? I think he had one where obviously he swiped with his left foot and completely missed it. But to be honest, that one, Lisandro Martinez is right there, so there's most likely going to hit him or go wide. So I don't even know why everyone brought that up. Yes, it was discussed.
The Havertz one, he should have scored. Come on, the Havertz one.
Martinez is there. Where was he going for?
Man. If he connected that ball properly, that's going in. That is going in.
To hit Martinez. Martinez is there.
A left footer is going to go. Do you know why you're upset?
No, hold on a second.
Because you are now defending Havertz. This is nuts. This is mad.
No, wait.
This is actually insane.
Hold on.
You should have buried that.
He's a left footer. He's going to hit it across goal most likely. Martinez was there. Martinez is there. I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, your defenders were there when Rice kicked the ball at the last minute. And what happened?
Well, one got fouled.
He deflected, didn't? No,
one got fouled.
I'm talking about the foul. I'm talking about what happened when a man kicked the ball at one of your defenders. Did the ball not go in?
He got the defender that got
and
fouled.
Your head was in your hands at the end of the game. Oh, we've lost. Innit? Is that not true?
You know what? I actually thought we were gonna get an equalizer. I was looking at the time, thinking, well, since you guys have extended it, we'll just go all out. We'll get an equalizer. I predict 2-2, didn't I, last week? So 2-1 scoreline.
When Rice scored, you thought you were going to get equalizer.
Yeah.
You are a believer. I'll give you that, but that's all I'm going to say. You are a true believer.
Yeah. I actually thought we should have got a penalty. It shouldn't even been 2-1.
What should have been a penalty?
The Hoyland one.
No,
the
he was holding on to him as well.
the striker actually done something when he came on.
When the defender was holding on to him like he was wrestling.
But he was holding on to him as well.
No, bro, he was holding on to him afterwards, as he was on the way down.
Big man, you're reaching.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Corruption. I'm calling corruption. Because some of the decisions that were given was shocking.
Coming from a United man, you know, that's insane. Have some shame, man. Like, your keeper should have been sent off in the first game, and you're here talking about corruption. You're mad, man.
And we should have got a penny another time, but it's cool. It's all right. It balances.
Nah, you're actually insane,
right? Listen,
he's wild.
For me, right? I mean,
do you know what? I still can't get over the fact that you said, "Oh, you watched that game and yeah, you was fairly happy." How low the standards of Man United that you're happy with that performance?
Listen.
What is it now? Just we didn't get this. It wasn't 7-0, so it's all good.
When did I write off the game in the group chat? Right? I think when Maguire was coming on for Martinez, I said straight away I went, we're in trouble now. When Evans came on, I said, what? In 2023, we're going to try and defend at Emirates with Maguire and Evans.
That's your manager, isn't it?
No, that's not the manager. That's the board.
10-10.
Well, did the board make the sub?
He had to make the subs. There's no one else he can put on. That's why I said it's the board.
So what? Ain't there no youngsters? Like, don't you have a reserve team under 80s, under 21s? Well, none of them, man, they're good enough.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. There's not that many.
So what are the standards at your club then? If you're going all these youngsters that are no good?
The ones I've seen, no. But then
so
the thing is, we were meant to buy a centre back. We were meant to buy a centre back. We were meant to get the guy from not Lyon. Oh, I forgot. But French team, right? Young player, 19 years old. We were meant to get him, but we need to raise money for him, right? Like Man United had to raise money for him through selling players. Like it's
you might are paying a €2 million loan fee in installments. You guys are nasty still.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
you guys are nasty.
Think about it. That player, Amrabat, we should have had him in the beginning of the window because he was called. He was mentioned beginning of the window. We've contacted him. We're signing him an hour or 2 hours before the deadline because we're scrimping and scraping to get the loan deal, loan money.
So all right,
this is embarrassing. This is what I said.
Let's dissect this a little bit, before we move on, because I'm still not happy with the fact that you was happy with this game. I really don't get it because you're telling me that you're happy, not with the result, but even the performance. It didn't encourage. I didn't see Ramsdale didn't make that many saves.
Do you know what?
I can't even remember Ramsdale really making a hard save.
As you're saying,
you creating it because if you're gonna sit back on the, I've seen you guys play Arsenal and have more threat on a counter than what you did yesterday. So I don't see how this is moving forward.
It's an improvement on what we have at the beginning of this season. That's why I'm in my head.
But the bar is on the floor, though, brother.
The bar is low, but everything is a step forward. Because if you remember last season, we started off with 3 losses and 1 win or something like that. We ended up getting top 4 on the trophy at the end of the season. We also lost to how many people away? My biggest worries, my biggest gripes are, if our main centre-backs get injured, our subs are below standards. If we were to, let's say it wasn't international duty and we had a game next week, obviously it looks like Martinez was actually fine and it was taken off for precaution, which really peed me off even more.
But this is what I'm saying about your manager, though.
But I don't know, it might have been a contact injury or whatever. You know when you feel it at the time and then it feels better, all right. But I don't know. Either way, that one is a question mark. I don't know if it's the manager, the player, or both, right? So for me not knowing, I'm not going to blame anyone. But my biggest gripe of this whole season so far is, if we had a game in 3 days' time and Martinez can't play and Lindelof is injured, we would have to revert to Maguire and Johnny Evans for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not being lied to you. Yeah, you have to work miracles for that to work. You would have to work miracles for that to work.
Because I'm sorry, if you got Maguire, Lindelof, and in front of them you got Casemiro, it's long. It's kick and run football against you. You know what I mean? It's kick and run.
No pace, no covering, no nothing. We're screwed, right? And then now you want Johnny Evans to be in that place.
And then you've got Eriksen playing as well.
Thank you. And then you expect me to turn around and go, I need to be harsh on the team. The moment I saw Maguire, I texted our group and said, good game, Arsenal. Well done. And
anyway, let's move on to another individual that I'm interested to talk about a little bit. Yeah, Anthony.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
This was a very strange game with this guy. Yeah, because do you know what? I watched that game, yeah, and I thought to myself, like defensively for a winger, he's done a lot, done very well. He came back, won the ball. Like it was a performance that Mourinho would love. Mourinho would love that from his wing back. Yeah.
Can I just add something in there? Half the time he done that, it was him that lost the ball or was part of losing the ball.
Yeah, but I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that. But I'm saying he came back, but there were sometimes where he wasn't the guy that lost the ball, and he was breezing back, yeah, and winning. And I was like, yo, this is probably why Ten Hag likes him. But on the ball, oh my Lord, this guy, whatever is the wrong thing to do, that is what he's going to do.
That's his first.
When he should dribble, he's going to stop. When he should stop, he's going to carry on running. When he should pass, he'll try and shoot. You try some silly skill. Sometimes he comes off. Sometimes he doesn't. I was just like, what is the point of this guy?
So you remember, if you remember, Kuda,
just a glorified wingback.
Yeah. You remember, Kuda, I was watching the Crystal Palace Wolves and I texted you almost damn near immediately and said, this guy is playing against you. He's an enemy of progress. That was the Uberman. Hear my words right now. I will take him over Anthony at this current point.
Whoa.
You know what? I was saying that actually. I'll take the Uber driver over Anthony still.
I will take him.
No, I would actually take
and
the
this
Uber
is
driver
why
over Anthony.
this whole nonsense that's come afterwards, you know, the drama because United is United, there's always has to be some drama, player versus manager. This whole thing of Sancho coming out, I feel torn because I don't want to. I'm supporting Ten Hag. Wherever he decides to choose, he chooses, and I'm going to support him.
No, we need to intro that properly. You're not going to just intro that blasé. Yeah? Let's not do that. Let's not do that because your club is a mess, and you're trying to just say that like this is just normal behavior for clubs. No.
Well, it's for us. Every year, there's a player versus manager. Every season.
This for me is crazy. Yeah, I don't get this, and I'm speaking from experience. This reminds me, yeah, when Mourinho was at Madrid. The first 2 years, blessed. The last year, he was an agent of chaos, boy. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy when Mourinho at Madrid last year. But it just reminded me when he used to call out players, and I'll just be like, all right, even if it's true. There's one time he called out Benzema, yeah, and said, yo, you can't ask me to go hunting with a cat. You know, them was there. I was like, big man. And Benzema was playing rubbish. He was right. Mourinho was right. Benzema was missing chances. He was just looking rubbish. Yeah, everyone. All the fans. We wanted him to be benched. You know what I mean? We were all in agreement. But it was like, why would you say that in the press? Mm-hmm. Tell a man to his face. I know you probably did, but still, we don't need to know that. And I say that to say the Eric Ten Hag situation when he's asked a question, and this is what makes it kind of, and just unprovoked. Yeah, he's not training. What did you say? He's not training to the standard. The required standard.
He said, yeah, it's not training to the standard. He said every day at United you got to train to required standard, and because of that, he's not being picked for this.
I'll give my two-piece opinion on this, and then Sean, you do your one, and you finish it off. Yeah, since you're the United man. Yeah, for me personally, this situation, I'm like Ten Hag. You shouldn't have said that, innit? Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't have said that. You should have just kept that in-house. There's no need to now bring extra drama to the situation. Yeah. However, on the other hand, I have to look at Sancho as well and say, big man, you got sent to the mountains. Now I got to look at that sideways and think, okay, did you get sent to the mountains because you weren't training properly? Because there was like an insinuation that it might be a mental, whatever, this, that, and the other. But it's starting to look like your training standards are not really up to the levels. And maybe my man sent you to the mountains to get you up to speed, and you've come back now and you ain't up to speed, right? But in your head, you must be up to speed because now you've come with a retaliation thing, which again is another thing that shouldn't have happened. Again, keep it in-house. Go and complain to the manager. Why are you now bringing out this statement? You're making the whole thing worse now. Like, oh, I'm going to come out to defend my name. Bro, your name is murdered already. You know what I mean? And you bringing out this, it's not going to, no one's looking at this letter like, oh, you know what, Sancho, everyone's looking at what mess is going on over there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know,
I just think this is unnecessary.
Yep.
Sean, take it away.
I kind of understand what you're saying, Guda, but you know what? As you said, Ten Hag shouldn't have said that, innit? So if you're gonna come out and mud up my name further than what it's already in the mud, big man. I'm defending myself in like later. You ain't about to drag me through the mud, big man. And what? Because the team's just lost now. That's why you want to drag me through the saying that I'm not training well. Big man, put him on the pitch sometime and show like the fans, look, this is what I'm dealing with. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it ain't gonna get any worse by keeping Anthony on the pitch. You understand? Give the man a try. You understand? Because look, at a point, yeah, last season when he came back from the mountains, yeah, he had a couple of good games. You understand? But he still couldn't get in the team. He's still first choice.
But it looks like he's got a short leash, though. I wouldn't completely exonerate him because I think some of his performances have been disappointing. You know what I mean?
But
yeah, he has to take advantage. But I do agree with you. I do think Anthony is allowed to put a 0 out of 10,
and he
knows he's going to play again. Whereas Sancho, he put a 0 out of 10. Sayonara, big man. Do you know what I mean? So
but
that's where I can probably see it from his.
Yeah, but even when he put in a half decent performance, he's still not getting picked.
I don't understand the preseason thing when he was coming on and doing the striker situation, and then we never saw that in the season. Like, you know what I mean? It's like and even the games where I remember when we played him, when Madrid played them, I think he came on the second half, and United looked a lot better when him and Palestri and them man came on in the second half, and he was doing the false 9 thing. And I think in some of the other preseason games, according to the United fans, he looked decent when he was that situation. So it's like, why did we never see it during the season?
I think for him, he just picked the wrong club to go to.
Absolutely.
You know what?
If that man went to Man City, it would be a completely different story.
I agree.
But you see, before you jump in, yeah, I don't know. Something about Ten Hag I don't trust. I don't know. There's something I do not trust, bro. I don't know. Something
more shiny head.
Bro, I don't know if he thinks he's Professor X or something, but yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just something I don't understand. Because, like I said, all right, cool. You got Amrabat in there. I'm so mad. I don't know how it's gonna run, but I think it's an improvement on your midfield. But did you need that?
I think
we needed that.
Yeah.
No,
I think they needed it, but I don't know if he's going to play him.
I think the centre back situation was a more pressing situation.
I don't know, man. I think the midfield is more pressing because on paper, when the two guys are fit, it's actually okay.
Yeah, but everyone's fit.
I still think.
How often is Varane going to stay fit?
And yes, but he's injured already. I hate saying how often is he going to stay fit, but how often is worse than the midfield, even with everyone fit, is not good enough without Amrabat. For me, you know what I mean? The midfield needs an Amrabat, no matter who's fit. Whereas the list of defense, you can say, yeah, Varane is always fit, he's always injured or whatever, but at least when he's there, it's okay.
I mean, it's really unlikely.
I'm not saying they didn't. I'm not saying they didn't need it. I'm sorry, Abbas. So I'm not saying you didn't need him. You know, I'm saying it's definitely an upgrade on your midfield, but that was always the most.
But they brought in Johnny Evans, though, isn't it? Like,
Jesus Christ!
They did though. They did. It's a number though. On the books, did you not bring in Johnny Evans? You did. So,
mad thing.
As far as they're concerned, they covered it.
That's okay. No. Shoot, where do I even start?
Yeah,
all right, okay, cool. Let's start with the Sancho thing. 100% agree with you. I have no idea, because it was before the game, I have no idea why he felt he had to say that, right? Bearing in mind, the window's closed now, so it's not like you can sell him, and if he reacts wrong, you now have a player upset until January, sitting on the bench, or someone that you can actually use. And in the situation you are, where players are getting injured left, right, centre, you're going to need him. So it made no sense. And he can be a quality player. Now let's move on to, okay, so first, Ten Hag said that unnecessarily. All he could have said is, tactically, he wasn't needed in this game. People would have sort of understood, maybe asked him more questions, but it would have been fine, right? There would have been no noise, none of this nonsense that we're getting now. Secondly, should Sancho have responded? I'm 50-50 on this. Because as a player, your reputation is on the line. Don't get me wrong, his reputation is not high in the stands, right? But a manager saying that your training isn't good enough throws you to the stones. You're finished, right? And you don't respond or you don't say anything, boom. Theory, right? we're all talking about Sancho to the fact that most people are not talking about the fact that someone's case is gone down. Investigation has actually gone further than what it was a month ago. Anthony's case for battery and all the rest of that is actually now turned into an investigation. My man is under watch now.
Oh, I don't know
right?
about this case. What
That
case
came
is
out today. So it's kind of odd that you put Sancho in the firing line. Everyone's talking about Sancho, and then all of a sudden this sneaking little story that, oh yeah, this man is under investigation now.
Oh, then what? Sancho's got a gunwood situation on.
No. Anthony has.
Oh, sorry, Anthony has a gunwood situation.
Well, there's not gunwood levels. You know what? I don't even want to. I don't care. Right? Our wingers don't look good in the light right now. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke, but I think I'm gonna keep that in until.
You know what? Quickly, still on the Sancho thing. Let's hear what your legend has to say. Yeah, one of my personal favorite centre backs ever. Still, but even though he's one of my personal favorite centre backs,
I heard that.
Even even though he's one of my favorite centre backs ever. Yeah. I don't know why he recorded this video in some bunker because I don't know where he was.
No, it was on the Vibe with 5, and I think he's on holiday.
Yeah, but was he recording in a bunker though?
No, they're doing a live show. All 3 of them were in different locations, but yeah, he's on a beach somewhere.
It's a mad thing, but it looks like a hostage video, blood.
Do you know what? Because someone's clipped it and zoomed in like idiots, bro. Those are palm trees behind him. It's not barbed wire, it's palm trees, bro.
Yo, it looks like maybe, I don't know, Ten Hag's goons or Sancho's goons in the back. You know
holding a gun to his head.
With a whap saying, yo, stay calm, big man. Yeah? Let's see what he has to say.
There's no way Jadon's putting out a statement like that if he hasn't, in his own eyes, performed well. Now, that's the difference as well. It's like, on his chart, Jadon, I've trained all right, but the manager might have a certain standard. There's only one way that this ends right now, or 2 ways. There's only one window open, and that's Saudi. Or
surely
you're on the bench or not getting in the squad for the rest of the season. There's no way Jadon's putting out a statement like that if he hasn't, in his own eyes, performed well. Now, that's the difference as well.
Stand again.
Yeah. And he's 100% right here, which is one of the first things I said. The window's closed, so you're just damaging a player that you have that's going to be in your squad until January, right?
Sancho, our Ali boy, we need you. Come on.
Okay, maybe it's. I mean, Sancho. What I was going to say is the problem with Sancho is, and the reason why he's in trouble is because this is not the first time someone talked about his training levels, right? I think he said it at Dortmund, they've said it at Man City, and I think they've said it previously at United, right? Which is obviously why he got sent to the mountains. Now,
so there's a track record there.
There is a little bit of a track record, which is unfortunate for him. Now, my only defense to Sancho after that is he trained well in preseason, clearly. He was playing well in the games, clearly, right? And then the season starts and he's not seeing nothing. He's not seeing Garnacho's come out of nowhere, because remember, these guys didn't have a full preseason-ish. They didn't have a lot of games. Garnacho's come out of nowhere, he's starting. Rashford is starting up front. We all know that's not going to work. And Anthony is just skadoodled his way into a starting position, right? Anthony, that we have videos of Ten Hag screaming at Anthony for making the wrong choices in preseason. Boom, he's starting the game and he's making exactly the same mistakes Ten Hag himself has been screaming at him about. It doesn't make sense. And as you guys pointed out, Anthony could volley someone's head, get a red card. Once his ban is over, he's starting again.
100%.
It doesn't make sense. You're cutthroat with everyone else. Sorry, I want to add, because someone else got this last season. He was cutthroat to Wan-Bissaka. No matter what Delo did, when he couldn't tackle and he couldn't cross either, Amazon Prime delivery was not working. Delo started every single game. It was only until Delo got injured that Wan-Bissaka got his place back. And then he was playing too good for anyone to even think about dropping him. And guess what? Ten Hag did try to drop him too, even though he was playing right. So there are some decisions. I said it last week. There are some decisions that you go, I'm backing you, but I ain't going to lie, big man. There's some questions. It's too early for that. Don't try that, because Arteta had 4 years. Arteta had 4 years to get his team right. Don't start Like you
Anyway,
Arsenal fans have
let's
short-term memory, bro. Don't
let's
try.
speaking of favorites, let's pivot to Arsenal quickly before we move to Chelsea and yeah, like speaking of Anthony, their version of Anthony is Havertz, isn't it? Why is my man persisting with this guy? Yeah? Because I was watching them play, yeah, and like, you know, they were playing. It wasn't great, but it was decent. But it seemed there was like an Arsenal team that was passing the ball around, moving. Everyone knows where, because they largely played the same team they played last season. But there was Havertz just there. Do you know what I mean? Just disturbing stuff. Do you know what I mean? He was like, they just put me out there, and I'm just like, oh, right, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Do I move? Do I stay? Is this why I go forward? Like, he just looked like he was just in the way. Gave the ball away for the
goal, yep.
For the Rashford goal.
After
I mean, just before that, he could have scored. Do you know what I mean? People were saying that could have kickstarted his career, but big man, this man scored in the Champions League final. Yeah, that didn't kickstart nothing. So I don't hear that about kickstart career business. Do you know what I mean? He scored on the biggest stage there is, apart from a World Cup final. You know what I mean? And that didn't kickstart nothing. So let's not do that, innit?
Yep.
You know. But then for Arsenal, it was an interesting game. I just thought it was a bit. Onana again. Both keepers didn't really have to make too many saves. They got the job done. Do you know what I mean? Of course. You know what I mean? They were, you know, the better team for me. You might disagree, but I think they were the better team. But not by much. I was watching that game. I didn't look at that game and thought, they are 10 times better than United. You know what I mean? I looked at it and thought, I looked at it and thought, they're better than United. But it didn't look like there should be a gap that they say it was.
Okay.
They were talking that they were going to wallop you.
Wait,
but it didn't look that way.
One second. Let me get this straight.
1 second.
So last week, right, or the week before, we all said if Man United play the way they do play and play against Arsenal, they're gonna get ripped apart, right?
Hold on. But we also did say we were not convinced with what Arsenal did against Fulham. You remember? Because because that was the 1-1, innit?
Man, just remember, he only had what he wanted to hear.
you know what I mean? This guy's just trying to do agendas. You know them ones there.
No. All I was gonna say is, right, you're telling me you're surprised why I said there was an improvement to how we played all season in this game, and then now at the same time you're saying, well, Arsenal didn't actually.
No. You said you was happy.
You said about the improvement. You were talking about the improvement.
Happy with the improvement.
Exactly. I was not happy with the way United played. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about Arsenal as well. I think they were not. You know, obviously they're going to come away with the win. You know what I mean? It's so, you know what I mean? It's so wonderful right now. But performance-wise, by their own standards, I think they haven't quite kicked on yet. You know what I mean? And a lot of it, to me, is funny enough to do with Havertz.
Man, just putting a whole blame on one.
I am putting the blame on Havertz because what's his name? Gabriel was back in the team, which he should have been.
I'm so annoyed by that. I knew this guy was going to bring him back against United, bro.
Gabriel was back. Zinchenko was back at left back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ben White was back. Ben White was back. Even though, yes, like I said, he was having troubles with Rashford at times. Going forward, every time I've seen him play this season, he's been robbed of an assist. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? He's like literally just robbed. Yeah. Like with people not finishing his crosses. So they look much better with that back four that they've always had. So the injury to Partey was, you know, to me, that's probably a blessing in disguise because Partey against Rashford, that could have been political, boy. That could have been absolutely political.
All I wanted to see was Partey there and Gabriel out the team. I knew having Gabriel would have been
Declan Rice. Even without scoring the goal, I thought he done his job again. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question? Do you think he bossed the midfield? Because I've been hearing this comment and I don't know if
but that's just you being triggered, isn't it? I'm saying he done his job, innit? He was good.
No, I'm asking, because this is what Twitter said afterwards.
Yeah, but that's Twitter, though. I don't think anyone bossed. No one bossed the midfield because, like I said, I don't think any. I didn't watch that game and was impressed by either.
Nah, he bossed it still.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but again, of the midfielders that were there, I think Odegaard was the best one, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Rice done his job.
He done his job. He bossed it. The man they couldn't.
They
couldn't touch him.
Exactly. I think Havertz was just in the way, bro. And then Odegaard, I'm gonna have to give Odegaard his props once again. Another big game, quote unquote. He's turned up. Last season, he wasn't turning up in these kind of games when things were a bit tough, when they were a bit behind. You know what I mean? He wasn't turning up. This season in the Community Shield, he turned up.
I have to say,
you know what I mean? This game, he turned up. he was cooking.
I have to say,
Every
man,
good thing was coming, you know what I mean, somehow
him.
through him.
Yeah, yep. Sorry, just to add on that point, right? Obviously, we know my opinion of Odegaard all the way from the Real Madrid days. I was always thinking he's a luxury player. He doesn't really stand up and all the rest. But this is another big game I've watched, and I'm like, he's trying. Or actually, in this case, he was more successful. He was actually doing stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can count on my hands how many times Bruno stepped up in the big game. And I'm not liking this comparison. Because I'm looking at this game. Man United take the lead. Bruno's not part of it. Usually he's part of it, right? And then there's no agenda against him. I'm just saying I need more from him, right? Just I want to make that clear before someone clip this and try and say that I have an agenda. But this game, for instance, Man United take the lead. I knew here that out of the two captains, Odegaard was going to score and bring Arsenal back to the fold. I didn't even know how he was going to do it, but I knew he would be involved somehow. Either that key pass or a goal himself. And to see him then score within literally seconds, I thought, okay, cool. That's one up, Odegaard. Bruno, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see I saw nothing. And I'm just sitting there thinking, boy, this is questionable because what's going to happen is he's going to play a game against some other mid-table team, get 2 assists, and everyone's going to start going, oh, look at that. He's a leader. He's a leader. Because this is the same thing that happened against Tottenham. And I was same thing. I was watching that game going, all right, Bruno, I need you to give me extra. Nothing. Nottingham Forest done something. Or everyone started saying, nah, that's a leader.
Should have had a goal and assist against Tottenham, and that header he missed. And then the other Rabona cross he done for Rashford, I think that might have been offside actually. That would have been a mad thing. That would have been a mad thing, but
you would never catch Odegaard in that position, and he misses.
But in any case, I see what you're doing. You're trying to take away from Arsenal because I was actually praising Arsenal and praising Odegaard, and then you've now turned it into your Bruno agenda, bro. You know, everyone's there.
I wasn't.
But Bruno, you want to criticize, but Martial, you want to defend in this game. You are sick. You are a sick guy.
Arsenal, again, I asked for more from both of them. You just tried to rubbish one.
More
I'm not rubbishing Bruno.
You never asked for
more
from Martial. You said that.
He said he was winning fouls and that.
Wow, imagine.
Bruno was winning fouls.
Really?
Bruno was winning bare fouls, diving and
Really,
stuff.
you man are gonna lie like that? You're gonna lie like that in front of the fans?
But hold on.
Did I not say that I wanted? He's okay, but I want more from him. I didn't say that.
No, you said it was a good performance. He held up the ball well. He won.
And he won fouls.
Shame on both of you. Shame on both of you. Shame on both of you.
I'm glad you said that about the winning fouls here, because that's exactly what he said about Martial. Yeah. Martial was winning fouls. Yet Bruno probably wins the most fouls in your team with his diving and stuff. He was winning bare fouls.
Okay. With his diving.
Why are you not happy? Okay. Why are you not happy when he's winning fouls? You're happy when Martial is winning fouls?
I'm not even gonna say no more.
Nasty agenda
I'm
guy.
not even saying no more. This is shameless for both of you. You know exactly that I said.
You know what? You know what? The only person who's shameless is from your manager, bruv. Yeah.
Nasty. And then the Martial agenda is so strong in him here that he didn't even want to give credit to the new kid that came on and was giving Gabriel nightmares.
Credit. Hey, you man are liars!
He wasn't giving him problems. What did he do? He wasn't giving him problems.
You man.
Then he proceeded to say
something completely different.
But he should have had a pen. I said, but he should have had a pen.
Hey! You two are comedians. You two are comedians.
That's why you two are
comedians.
Yeah. That's what you said.
Nasty guy, bro.
You two are comedians, bro. Jesus Christ.
You're the most shameless person going.
This is shocking.
You are the most.
You're putting words in my mouth and ignoring the words I said. No problem.
Pause. No.
Wait, hold on. No. All right. Now, can I actually say, you know what? On paper, right, what Arsenal have got now, right, is that I wouldn't necessarily say, because they're not champions of anything, so they can't say that, but they have, I say, elite mentality in terms of
course,
they seem to be finding the points and the results where necessary. They did almost the same thing last season until the very end, and it started collapsing, and I think the pressure got too much, which is understandable because that beast that's chasing them, they've made other teams fold too, so it's not a surprise, right? But they're getting there. They're getting there slowly. like, if this league is more competitive, because I mean, Man City have lost some key players, in like people like Mahrez and stuff like that, having those options on the bench.
Yeah, but they
If
brought
this-
Doku and that, bro. You know what I mean? And who's that one from Wolves?
Oh, Nunes.
Matthias Nunes.
Nunes.
So he's Pep is smart, you know, because he's brought fast dons to switch it up. You know what I mean? To switch up the thing, because
I
you know
wanna see how this
when the
goes, 'cause
whole
it is still early days,
Grealish, when
but-
the whole Grealish cutting in thing ain't running, you can just bring on one of them dons to just run it, man. You know what I mean? So he's giving himself options. I think United. I think City are just gonna be. I don't think they're weaker, to be honest. Not for me,
I mean,
anyway.
they've started way too well, though, innit? Because
Exactly. They don't usually
they're a
start
bit
this well,
They're
so it's
normally
long.
dodgy and run this time.
Exactly. They got four wins. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they're normally
they ain't even
dodgy
giving
around
man
this time,
the head
bro.
starts they give man. You know what I mean? Normally, so it's gonna be political. It's gonna be political. But yeah, for
But yeah,
Arsenal, I
I
think
was gonna say Arsenal. I think that they've grown.
it's
But
positive.
this is what happens with
Saka though.
But this is what happens with time.
Needs to pick up.
You know what? I always think a right-footed left back deals with a left-footed right winger better, because you two you're basically they'll both always cut into the same position. So when Saka comes in,
sometimes
it goes right to his stronger foot.
I've seen a few man get toasted. Although the best one I've seen though was your team, Sean. It was when you had Arbeloa against Barcelona against Messi. When Messi used to actually play on the right wing and he locked him down, boy. And people were like, "Yo, he can lock him down," until he came to Madrid and Messi was cooking him on a regular. He was frying him. But
like,
it won't be game still.
I like what I'm saying, but that's what happens with time. You know, when you give the manager time and give him and back him properly, then you get that.
Although, like I said, Saka, the what's his name, Nketiah thing, yeah, he's a homegrown player. He's cute but louder, innit? You know what I mean?
Rubbish.
You want to be doing this is big boy stuff now. You're in the Champions League now. You want to be challenging for titles.
He chips him with his goals, boy. He chips him with his goals.
Nah, bro,
You know what?
Not enough.
He's
Not enough.
He's
No.
meaty,
To
bro.
win?
He's meaty.
To win a title?
Yeah, he can chip in and goals against Crystal Palace and them, man, there. But you know what I mean?
But you know what?
Sean, would you put him in your squad to try and win a title?
What with my attackers that we've got right now? Behave, brother. I'm talking about your
Thank
team,
you.
not my team.
No. Don't talk about my team. No.
I'm talking about your team. I'm talking about my team.
No,
brother.
don't try it. No.
My team and your team is two different
If
things.
you're
right
trying
now,
to
big
win
man.
the title,
Are you in the
I don't
top
know
half
where
of the
my team
table
is,
right
yeah.
now?
No, but I'm asking you a question. If you're trying to win a title, I'm ignoring what you said. That don't concern me. If you're trying to win a title, is Eddie Nketiah your second striker? The answer is no. No one in their right mind is going to pick it. So if for Arsenal to go to the next level, he can't be there. They need someone else. Obviously, Havertz can't be there either. But you know what I mean?
No. I think that's a bit harsh still, because at the end of the day, if I had to pick between Nketiah and Havertz, I think I'll go more Nketiah than I would go Havertz, if I'm honest. Up top.
Yeah, up top definitely. Yeah, but I'm picking
Here
most
we
people
go.
against
This is an
over
Arsenal
Havertz.
fan, by the way. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm not even trying to take the mick or anything like that. But it's real talk. Like in real situation like this, where you're trying to win a title.
I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, when last season, when Nketiah was needed, he was scoring goals, and them same man that are calling him mid was cheering him on, innit? So I'm not interested, fam. Like the man, there's short-term memory, fam.
He came on, he was bagging goals, bro. But when he mattered, he died, bro. You know what I mean? He's mid, man. Like, yeah, he done his little thing.
He's mid, but look, he's got more
What's
goals
that to
than
say
other
that?
strikers right now, innit?
Bro, you can say that about most. Do you know what I mean? Like most of these strikers are mid. But you know, I'm glad you're talking about mid strikers and lack of attacks and stuff. Yeah, because let's move on. Yeah, to a team that spent almost £1 billion. Yeah, and is getting done up by Elanga. You know.
Imagine Elanga
Chelsea.
in that Man United team.
Relax, we've had him.
It just shows you weren't using him properly, innit? Because look what you get.
Allow
He's
it,
made
allow
2
it.
difference.
Allow
2 weeks
it.
Hey,
already
did
now.
you see that? Did you see that one? He almost scored at the end where like was it like a flip flap or whatever he done on the byline, but done a little
When the ball
little
went to the
skill,
corner and then he
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
it back and he said, "Yeah, watch this,
he
man. Watch
came
me."
back and he just done a little
Imagine
quick
that.
movement, boy. I was like, yo, I didn't know you had that in your locker, boy. Huh? This United man, boy. They were just, not really appreciating man like that. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, man,
I don't
Chelsea.
even know how you shamelessly done that, but continue.
Yeah, man, Chelsea, boy. £1 billion spent.
Weren't we
And you're
picking them up
losing.
like last week or 2 weeks
And
ago?
they're losing 1-0 at home. 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. The same Nottingham Forest that went 2-0 up at Old Trafford and got cooked anyway in the end. You know what I mean? Come on.
They got robbed.
What?
Hey, come on. Let's get into Chelsea. Let's get into Chelsea.
Let's stick to Chelsea.
Yeah. Let's get into Chelsea because £1 billion. But does this look like £1 billion squad to you, man?
Nope. That's the simple answer. Nope. So, I don't know
very insightful.
Well, what else do you want to know? Do you want me to go through the players and say to you, "Oh, raw, how much did they spend on this you, that you?"
Wasn't it Casado that made the mistake for this goal as well?
Mad.
Hey, his career's not started too well, has it?
You know what saying that? So there's a certain other Don that's gone there and could not even make it a bench, but hey ho. Yes, Lavia.
Bit of hate over there, boy. Jeez.
Hold that.
It's crazy over there. And the worst thing is, so this is another manager here that's doing one thing in preseason, and then when the season starts, he decides to do something else. So preseason, what was he doing? Like the four at the back, 4-3-3, whatever he was playing.
Yeah.
Now he's doing 3 at the back, but then I saw Chilwell playing at the wing, blood. Chilwell as a winger.
He's a wing. He's meant to be a wing back, really.
But he was practically like the one on the left.
Yeah, like he's very high up. I mean, on paper, right? We've known Chilwell for quite a long time, right? He can't defend. It's the same as Marcos Alonso last time. Both of them they can't defend. That's why they always want to. Even Cucurella can't defend. So you can see from the left backs they're buying. They buy it mainly for the attacking purpose. So on paper, this formation should work for him. On paper. And obviously with Reece James is injured, so Reece James another right back that can't defend, so it would be probably better as a wing back. So he would have been on the other end as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that out loud. It's not an excuse for this game. It's not an excuse for the performance. It's just I can see why he's doing it, but my God.
It's rubbish, though, man. I mean, you spend all that money, and you got Gallagher still playing. What are we dealing with here? Enzo, another one. Yeah, I always thought, he looks promising, but again, it's looking very meaty.
I don't get where they're playing him. Like, when you look on paper, he's one of the front three. That's not where Enzo's ever played in his career. Like, I don't get it. He's basically in line with Sterling. Those two are not even near the same characteristics in football. Why they?
But how have you spent $1 billion, yeah, and in your whole squad, injuries or not, there's no player that can confidently say, yeah, this man's scoring 20 plus goals.
Yeah.
In their whole squad, in Kunku included, there's nobody that I can say, put money on, yeah, definitely scoring 20 plus goals.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go on the edge here. Them man are gonna be disappointed with Ben Kuku. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're gonna be
the Abbas jinx, but it's straight
he's not gonna look good. I'm telling you this now, yeah. When he gets fit, and
Nathan is on. He's on Enzo.
He's on fraud watch, bro. When he gets on fit, Enzo when he gets fit and he starts playing, all of the back, he's gonna be worse than Sterling. I ain't gonna lie to you, because Sterling's got experience. So we'll see, boy. You might catch some little teams out, but big boys will know how to deal with him. So listen, $1 billion spent.
And let's not forget, this man lost to West Ham as well, wasn't it? Was it 3-0, 3-1, whatever it was? Yeah, I was watching this Chelsea streamer, yeah, and he was like, you know what, the next 7 games, I'm expecting 21 points.
Bad start.
You know what I'm saying? This is after the Liverpool game. It's already started off. So you're on 0 right now, big man. Terrible what we did? Oh no, you got the Luton win. Well done, you beat Luton.
Honestly.
You know what I mean? You got 3 points out of 9. Yeah, it's long. It's absolutely long. You know what I mean? And I'm already seeing some of the crackhead fans talking about, Poch out and that. Like, he ain't even started.
Where do these fans come from? Like,
but I'm sorry,
into the league, brother.
It's 4 games into the league, yeah. But I guarantee you, it's the same dons that were Lampard in right towards the end.
One of
Proper
our own, though,
Chelsea.
innit?
You know what I
One
mean?
of our own.
Proper Chelsea and that. Embarrassing, fam.
So,
Absolutely
are we
embarrassing.
saying this result? I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Highlight king over here, so I'm not even gonna say. But are we saying that it wasn't Nottingham Forest pulling out the bag? It was definitely Chelsea just failing.
Nah, it's Chelsea failing, bro. Yo, home, man.
Thought about it. You
Yo,
thought
home.
about it?
No, because I was gonna give Nottingham for some credit, but nah. You know what I mean? Yeah, they done what they had to do because obviously they came out with a dub, kept a clean sheet, but at the same time, I mean, the chance that Jackson had, he cleared it. I can't even call it a shot. That was a clearance. Like the Chelsea striker judge is insane.
Hey, big up Nottingham Forest, boy. They done the job they were meant to. And I love the finish from Elanga. Just sweet one.
Because the thing is, yeah, like even
Pushed
like
it in the
okay,
corner.
Nathan said he's got Enzo on fraud watch, yeah, which is justifiable. But Casado is looking very foolish over there. Do you get what I'm saying? And then when you look at Brighton, they look like they ain't missed a beat. So you gotta start getting suspicious about signing these man from Brighton, bro. Because are you buying system players? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you buying players or are you buying? Do you know what I mean?
I'm
not-
Chelsea did the same thing with Sterling.
I'm not gonna write off Casado now because it's
Cucurella,
days,
bro.
but that's what I was
Cucurella
just about
not-
to bring up.
Was Cucurella not one of the best left backs in the league when he was at Brighton?
Yep.
He was attacking with the freedom of the pitch, and under almost no pressure was delivering.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm
you see
just
sometimes
saying. I'm not going
when
to write him off
somebody's-
completely, but I'm just saying you got to be careful with somebody's Brighton done.
But you also got to remember, Chelsea's home pitch is one of the smallest in the league. So wide play is not even something that they can really take advantage of. They should really be trying to work.
Well, you got to go back to the days of Damien Duff and Iron Robin, innit? You know what I mean? Like them ones there to when they had proper wingers and that.
Yeah, I mean, their home pitch. If someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but their home pitch ain't built for spreading out play, width play, and all the rest. It's meant to be straight down the middle, ugly football. You know what I mean? Them Jose Mourinho times when no one could win a game there because there was. No
you guys are right. It is too early, but I still expected better than what I'm seeing right now from Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, but look
right?
at all the players he's got. He's got to try and work out what's the best formation to fit these men all in. You understand?
He's got time in it. He ain't gonna Europe.
Do you know what the biggest problem is with all these players or all these teams I have in managers and stuff, right? It's because you're seeing other teams and other managers in a shorter period of time seemingly making their team way better. And I'm looking at Spurs for that one. Immediately. I'm looking at Brighton. I've lost how many players and just gone, whoop, we'll go back to normal. Right? Straight back into it. Right? So
I think Spurs is a good example because Spurs have been
pressure.
playing horrible football for the last 3 seasons.
Yep.
Horrible
Maybe
football.
longer if you think about it. It was Jose, whoever after that, Nuno before that. Like they've been playing horrible football for a long time.
And some of the the team, it's got quite, you know what I mean? There's still some of the same dons, but there's a few new players in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, some of them were there, but they weren't playing. But the football, you're like, this does not look like the same Tottenham that I've been watching.
The only thing I would say is, right, sometimes teams start slow and still get to the right place. Sometimes teams start well and then they fall off.
Oh yeah,
So
big
this
man.
is why I agree with what you're saying. Saying
we will never get carried away, especially like especially. You will never hear me say, "Yo, Tottenham about to do anything." I don't believe it.
They're already out of one cup they could have won.
Exactly.
Out of 2 cups they could have won. They're already out of one.
You know what I'm saying? They already got themselves out of a cup. Like it's mad.
Master, bigger fish to fry.
Wow.
No. That
Bigger
saying
fish to
should
fry.
be locked up forever. No one should repeat those words again.
You know what? As you're talking about Tottenham here, you think they were going to be in trouble when they let Harry Kane go. They're flourishing still. They're doing well. Let's see how far they can keep it up.
Say, if Harry Kane was in that team, they would have been scoring way more goals because obviously with Richarlison.
It don't matter, bro.
But they scored 5 goals in 2 games, isn't it? The five goals.
And Richarlison's missing like 2 chances a game.
Oh, this one he didn't start though, innit? They actually started Son up front, which is the better thing. Because Son nowadays he looks better through the middle than out or than on that left wing now.
Legs
Oh,
going.
100%.
You know what I mean? He looks much better over there. So that is much better. And then obviously that means that you get rid of that guy, bro. R9. You know what I mean? you get him out of here. So he looks a little better. And you give Son them kind of chances 1-on-1. He's very, very clinical. You know what I mean? So,
even Madison
is cooking. Cooking. You know what I mean? Their left back, Basima, all these guys. I mean, decent football, but again, Tottenham tax in it. We've got to wait and see how long they last for. Never get carried away with Tottenham. Because even last season, actually, remember they started okay. They started well last season. I think they won like 4 out of 5 first games last season, and then he just went left.
Remember, but it does sound familiar that they were actually all right in the beginning. I do remember.
Bro, they was coming up with stats like this is Tottenham's best start in 20-something years and all this kind of stuff last season.
Well.
So you can't really trust it. But it was a good performance anyway.
Yeah, they're playing good football, man.
I mean, but the football is the football.
The football, yeah.
Tottenham are actually watchable now. I mean, you can actually watch and see some decent football.
Yep.
Which is decent, yeah. But let's move on to your boys, right? You know what I mean? This is supposed to be a hard game on paper. I say that on paper.
Hard for who, man? We're back. Nobody joking.
Wicked now, man.
We're back, boy. We're back, baby. Nah, I'm not gonna get too carried away. We're doing well, boy. It did look like it was on paper. It was gonna be a half decent game. Nah, light work. They're not ready.
So bust like other ideas, yeah.
I'm telling you, Summerside, what a signing, boy. Jeez.
That shot, bro, with the weak foot, my thing.
Bro.
Took a deflection, right? So I might sound like a hater. I did take a deflection.
Of course, you saw the deflection. It
was still a good strike if I just saw the deflection.
Hey, you're a nasty guy, man. Yo, deflected.
No, well, listen. Now, bearing in mind, I did put this certain team a little bit higher up.
Aston Villa. Right? Yeah.
I'm just going to say tactically, they got this wrong, bro. So, okay. I'm going to be fair here. It was 40% they got their tactics wrong, and then 60% Klopp doing something a little bit smarter with Trent, right? Which obviously gave them the little difference. But Lord have mercy, man. You can't give Trent time and space on the ball and then you try a high line with them 3 runners. That's the people that you're going to have to chase back.
Diaz was cooking, man.
What? Like, I listen. I'm going to call him Nunes, not Noodles this time, right? I mean, I thought he was fast, but he's way faster than I thought, right? Way fast. For a big unit like that. I felt, listen, there was a run, there was a pass that was made to Salah, and then Salah knew he was offside and left it. And I thought the centre-back must have thought he had all the time in the world. Looked over his shoulder once, shadow, boof, got the ball. I was like, yo, this guy is quick. High line, don't do it. Don't do it against these guys. Just don't do it.
That's the last team you want to be doing that to, man.
Yeah, man. Honestly,
and the people that can pass now. Because it's not just a,
Trent. It's not just Trent.
Bro, you know what I mean? So Bosley can find the pass quick, you know
so
what I mean?
McAllister, bro.
McAllister as well. And the midfield looking like, you know what I mean? It's incredible what happens when your midfield actually has a little bit of legs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So now when they lose the ball,
you see what you just said there nearly brought a tear to my eye, you know? It nearly brought a tear to my eye. Oh, my God.
And we haven't even seen Gravenberch, you know what I mean? I'm intrigued to see him play still.
Do you know what? I've
always just heard about this guy, but I've never really...
Brother, I did not know they got this guy. I did not know they got him until I think someone mentioned it and I went, huh? He's a great ball carrier. From deep. I mean, looking at that midfield 3 that they started off with, I think it was Jones, McAllister, and
Szoboszlai.
Right?
So was Jones doing the 6?
I think Jones was doing the 6 job, but in terms of if Liverpool are playing the team that they can dominate, you remove Jones and you put Graven back there. Every time he picks up the ball, he can literally just ignore these two and just run through. Then find the pass, then stop. Boom.
But Gravenberch is not really a
He's not
DM
a
though,
6'6". He's more of a like, yeah. You know
or
what,
deep
they come
line
up with bare
playmaker.
terms, yeah. Let's just go old school and say deep line playmaker. But he doesn't pass the ball. He dribbles, right? And I think actually because obviously there was interest for United as well for him, and that's where you start.
No, of course there was. He played in the Eredivisie.
He
He
played for Ten Hag before, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's why. I mean, kudos there to finish off why he was in the list, but one thing, he's so good at carrying the ball under pressure. So anyone that's silly enough to try and do a high press on Liverpool while he's on the pitch, they're gonna get skinned. And then you have the free runners, the free athletes sprinting behind them. It's gonna be.
This must have felt different, Sean, because you actually finished with 11 men on the pitch this time, innit?
I'm telling you.
I'm making a habit now, finishing with 10 men. Oh, go on.
2 weeks running, but I thought, yeah, who's getting sent off today?
I said, whose turn is it?
Yeah, whose turn is it today? Yeah, man, I was happy. I was happy with the performance. Liverpool is like relentless right now. Hopefully they can keep this up for the rest of the season.
That's the biggest question, isn't it?
Yeah, keeping up for this. But you know what, like I said, with all the midfielders that they've brought in, I'm happy because I've been saying it for ages. We need people with legs that offer something different. I mean, look, we still got Thiago there. I know he's had a setback, but he's there. Endo, he'll do a job. Szoboszlai, brilliant piece of business. McAllister, another bit of brilliant piece of business. Yeah, it's looking good. It is looking good.
We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see how long it lasts.
got
Because if it lasts, then I'm expecting big things. Where do you know what I mean? But
Do you know what? What's probably going to kill you is them long ass trips to God knows where in Europa League.
no, they're fine. You know, they've got a team. I think the teams in Austria, Belgium. Where's the other team from? I think all their teams are like the close Europe ones. It's not far. It's not the.
Man said the close Europe.
Yeah. You know, it's not like them Timbuktu, bro. You know what I mean? going into the Soviet Union and that. Like, no, it's not. It's not.
Nah, but you know what? I get what you're saying, but as you can see, yeah, it's not only that. Is Klopp will use the youngsters because our youngsters seem to be good enough to try and throw in the team. You understand? Because you might see Ben Duck might get a run out. I can't pronounce the other young centre back that he keeps coming on.
Harvey Elliott needs to start playing this season as well because otherwise
but
his
that's
career
the
is
same.
going to dwindle.
He needs to start playing a bit more. Like I said, there's quite a few youngsters there where we could dip into our youngsters, our reserve and that, and throw them in because they're good enough to come in and do a thing. You understand?
Get a positivity, boy. See when you win just before the international break, huh? You know what I mean, everything's all blessed, eh?
No, but you know what? You know when your team, your team's got good youngsters that you can call upon them to come and do a job. You don't have to be signing them old.
Look at them shots at Abbas, boy.
Listen, I'm standing here feeling like one of them mob bosses that have been getting a hit, bro. That's all I'm getting, bro. I don't know what's going on here. I felt the first one. I went, I said, okay. In my mind comes to, I said, oh, okay, cool. We're going to continue this, yeah?
Now, all jokes aside, they are good youngsters that he can call upon. And them youngsters that he seems to be bringing in, they're doing a job. Like I said, I want to see Ben Duck a bit more. Harvey Elliott needs to play.
Your options are mad because, I mean, if it's in Europa League, you can literally play Doak on the right, Jota or Gapco up front, Harvey Elliott left. Well, I can never figure out why does Harvey play? Is he a left wing? Is he a midfield? What is he?
He seems to be playing more in the middle now. He seems to be playing more in the middle with Klopp at this point in time. Because if you see him come on,
is he like a Foden type or like a proper midfielder?
Actually, that's probably a good spot because when I first saw him, heard about him, he was playing off the right like Salah would. But he's a very technically good player, so he probably is good enough to drift. Just like, again, Foden is a perfect example. He can play left wing, he can play right wing. Probably better to play him in the middle. But no matter where you play him, he's going to do the same thing. Right? So, I do think he's got he's just got a lot of potential. I don't know. Yeah, he's got a lot of potential. I don't think there's anything that's proper. I don't think he's gonna be like that Foden type, but I do think he has a lot of potential. I think he's good enough
Speaking of Foden, boy, let's move on to them, man. I mean, I don't really care about this game, man. I just want to rant about the nonsense decision, big man, like, because that goal was offside, and everyone. Oh, I don't think anyone here is gonna say he wasn't offside. I'll be shocked, boy.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't watch the game. It's a Man City game.
There was a clear. Did none of you see this goal?
Brother, I didn't watch the game. I didn't even bother watching the highlights. It's Man City versus Fulham. I just come on, man.
Well, it was at 1-1 anyway. This goal came in, yeah, so quite a crucial time. And literally,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Ake was blocking
it's
the goalkeeper.
way offside,
Yeah.
way offside, yeah. And he even goes for the ball, and you can see Leno hesitate.
Yep.
And then they watched it. They watched it on VAR and still gave it. Yeah. Even Haaland came out and said, "Yo, yeah, that was offside." Even a Man City player came out and said it. I mean, it's easy to say that when you bagged your hat trick.
You've got
one.
like,
you know what I mean?
You've got the points and the goal, so of course you can come out and say the truth. Like, yeah, you know what? I might have handballed that still, but but like, no, I think it was why I even know about this goal is obviously the referee. Is it Dermot or whatever his name is was talking about it, and he was even just like, it's offside. It's blatantly offside. There's no way it's not offside. And I was thinking, right, you're throwing your colleagues under the bus on this one, boy. Where's the referee union that you used to have when you were refereeing? Like, he threw them on the bus and said they can't believe it wasn't called. And yes, he obviously Ake was miles offside. He did attempt to try and flick it. So there has to be a hesitation from the goalkeeper.
I thought you didn't watch this. Oh, go on.
No. I watched the conversation about this. I watched the conversation.
Yeah, you're a nasty guy.
No. I watched the conversation about this, right? Because obviously with the offsides that was given against us, any referee talking about offsides, I want to watch it now.
Well, you're tuned in now, yeah?
Yeah, I need consistency. These refs are sabotaging, corruption, and I
hope you ain't talking about the Garnacho offside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I need consistency. But yes,
man is doing the CU and that,
Yeah,
anyway,
I need to see it. But yeah, that's why it was talked about, and it obviously came up.
Apparently, Marcus Silva was on an Aggie thing. He was about to tell his players to walk off the pitch, fam. I was like, man, relax. You'd have still lost anyway. You might have been 5-1, but you'd have still lost, man. Relax. Come on, man. You know what I mean? But like that's
Wait,
what's it called? Haaland.
Haaland score.
Hat trick.
Oh, hat trick.
He got a hat trick, and then the 18-year-old from Brighton got a hat trick.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they were all 3:00 kickoffs, innit?
I didn't expect Newcastle to lose 3-1. I didn't, again, Saturday game. Don't really watch these. But I was very surprised by the scoreline. Is it me or Newcastle not performing to the levels we need?
It's not. It ain't looking.
It hasn't kicked in for them, has it? It's not really.
Nah.
Because that's one win and 3 losses. Now,
but you know,
Villa, Man City, fair enough. Liverpool, sort of fair enough. What
do you mean, sort of?
Oh, do you know what, Abbas? Sorry. Before you get into that, yeah, I've got exclusive footage, yeah, of Haaland. Because when he was playing, he was hearing talk of that Ferguson scoring a hat trick, and Son scoring a hat trick, yeah. And Haaland was on the Aggie thing. You man hear about this?
No.
Yeah, Haaland was like, "What? You man trying to score hat tricks?" He said, "What? No. Listen to what Haaland said to them, man.
That man, but then you get what I'm saying, or gunshot for gunshot, or that man go machine for machine, or gunshot for gunshot, or that man go machine for machine. But then you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, boy.
Man said what?
Yeah, man can go for machine.
He said, "Well, you might can keep this up." Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying? Carry on.
Sorry. All I was saying is, Newcastle looking a bit shaky with their results. Although looking
Yeah,
at
man.
the games they've played, apart from Man City and Liverpool, what was the first one again? Sorry, I know they won the first one. Is the Aston Villa?
Aston Villa.
That was
They cooked them, innit?
But the Brighton one, this scoreline surprised me again.
It wasn't just the score and the performance, man. It was dead. And I'm like, bro, you're in Group F, you know. That's a massive, bro. They got Dortmund, AC Milan, and PSG.
Yeah. And you know, Eddie Howe was there talking about, I'm not worried about that. Ain't no such thing as group of death.
Is he mad?
Yeah.
Look at this PSG.
That
Obviously,
is a man
it's
that's
PSG.
never experienced Champions League before. That's a man that's never experienced it before.
You're getting cooked, by Ferguson. Now you're gonna come up against Dembele, Mbappe, and Colomwani. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says about PSG, but fam, if those gunmen, one of them is gonna get it right, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the team looks a little bit more balanced now. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And Dortmund's not an easy game either.
Dortmund's not an easy game. And AC Milan, I watched AC Milan against Roma on the weekend. They actually look like they're better than last season. They got bare Chelsea rejects, but they actually kind of the team looks actually half decent still. The AC Milan team. So yeah. It's not an easy group that they're in.
But to be honest, Brighton are a decent team.
They are, but obviously, look, Kudo knows more about the game than I do. But I was just surprised. I think it's come to the point where, okay, you've got the Champions League places, right, from last season. You played out your skin. Of course, you kind of slowed down a little bit coming to the end. But in a season when you've got Champions League football, you've got to challenge a bit better.
Do you know what worries me, Abbas? No worries me. I don't care. It's it's Newcastle. It's no worry. I don't know why I'm saying worried, but do you know what's alarming? Is that even if you were expecting them to struggle with Champions League football, they're gonna have Champions League football now. So it's not gonna be the same as last season. Champions League ain't even started, big man.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You know what I mean? It's not even started, and you're wobbling already. It's not even started. So what more when it starts? This is what I'm saying, man. This Newcastle thing, it's looking a bit. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting
more
vibes
players?
Huh?
Or do you think they should have bought more players? Remember, these guys are rich too. Though. They could have spent.
You know what it is?
They could have spent more.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, they've got some good players, but when a couple of the key men get injured, they got some relegation fodder, man. Like, you know what I mean? As backups, like, do you get what I mean? He starts to get a bit spooky. Like, do you get what I mean? Who's that left back? That lanky one, that left back they've got.
Oh,
Dan Burn or something.
Burns, yeah.
Bro, imagine him against Dembele.
Well, first of all, the first couple of tackles, he's going to be kicking them in the air. That's the first couple of tackles, right? After he gets a yellow card,
he gets a yellow card in the first half. Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
It's a long night. It's a long night. And Dembele will know you got a yellow card and start doing the absolute most when he's coming up against you.
I'm saying.
Nah,
this is what I'm saying. They might surprise us, but boy, I don't know.
In what?
Yeah, it just looks odd. It don't start.
No, I mean they might get surprised, like one surprise result. You know, there's always that one surprise result in the group stage. I mean, I know about it, but we lost to Sheriff and that. You know what I mean? There's always a little surprise thing, you know, that can happen still. You never know. You never know. But anyway, let's move on, boy. You know what I mean? So Brighton got their dub. You guys got your dub. Man City got their dub. Hey, let's move on.
Your boys, man.
Let's move on to Crystal Palace, boy.
What's that? Another dub?
Even Crystal Palace got a 3 points. You know, like that. Come on.
Mad.
So crazy out there. So crazy, yeah. Roy Hodgson Aaron, yeah.
More gunshot wounds.
That's why
man go machine for machine.
You know them ones there.
I was like, okay.
But again, man of the match for me, Eze, without a shadow of a doubt, boy. Man like Eze, absolutely cooking. And literally won the game in spite of the Uber driver, aka Ayu. I mean, this is the definition of he's playing against us. You know what I mean? As Benzema said. I mean, like that is the definition of who's good. The man just puts his head down and just dribbles. And sometimes he gets the ball in our own half here, and you're thinking, cut back and pass it. But he carries on running, and you're thinking, you haven't got the pace for this. You are not going to get past this guy. Where are you going? Then he loses the ball to a clean challenge, and he sits there complaining. Oh, bro, now we're having to defend because your ego is telling you, yes, I'm going to run past the whole team.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, listen. I had to drop a text to you privately and say, yo. Because I don't think I've ever watched a proper Crystal Palace game from beginning to I didn't watch it to the end, but I watched most of it. And all I kept seeing was this guy. First of all, the miss. Let's just talk about the miss. Oh, brother, it's an open goal, right? He could have done anything. Could have done kick-ups before taking a shot. The softest shot you could have taken at that precise moment. He actually was unbalanced when he took the pass.
He looked like he wanted to look good taking the shot. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, he was thinking of the pictures of him, you know what I mean, doing the volley.
He wanted to do like,
you know what I mean? He wanted to look, you know them ones, the action shot of the volley. That's what he was going for. Instead of actually going for scoring, he's trying to look good. He's
trying to take one for this highlight reel. So after that, you would think, okay, let me be sensible in my choice making now. Every time I get the ball, my brother is edge of the box, edge of his own box, back to goal.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do one-touch passes back into centre mid. He loses the first one. I'm thinking, you're not going to do that again, right? Then the second one, he goes, I'm not going to do exactly the same thing, but I'll take a touch inside, then try and pass it across the whole midfield to the player that's marked on the other side.
And this is why this man infuriates me, yeah, because when you look at the guy on the other side, yeah, Geoffrey Schlupp, he is bland, yeah, just boiled chicken, no salt,
spice, no salt,
nothing, no dry footballer, bro, dry. You don't make no mistakes, but he's dry. I'm sorry, the Uber driver is even better than him, yeah. But what then infuriates me with the Uber driver is when you actually look at him, technically, he's actually a good player.
Yeah,
his first touch is good. His dribbling is actually good. It's something that he doesn't have that much pace. You know, his close control is decent. Sometimes he comes out with the ball and I'm like, how did you even get out of that with the ball? Yeah. But his decision making is the worst I've ever seen.
And this is an experienced professional. An experienced professional should know better, right? Listen, the scoreline, okay, it says 3-2, but realistically, it was probably a 3-1 game because
it was a 3-1 game. But you know, Crystal Palace and set pieces is just that's kryptonite.
But there's another thing as well. I'm gonna talk. We have to talk about Wolves as well because they're in trouble. But let's wait for that for a second. But when Wolves are on top, they look like, hey, yo, they did everything well until the final third. So when you get the ball back, it's all about simplify things so that you can counterattack smoothly and get, you know what I mean. Wolves centre backs were basically on the halfway line. Sometimes they were even in the halfway line. Proper going, we're here, we're comfortable. 1-2 passes and they're through. As you said, Schlupp is bland, but he's fast enough to catch them out on the counter attack. What this Uber driver was doing, it just I was getting frustrated. I don't even support Crystal Palace. I was watching him going, take this guy off.
I'm like, this Brazilian is injured. Olise is injured. I'm like, we're just here to suffer this man. You know what I mean? And the worst thing is, when Olise comes back, I guarantee you, this man's still gonna play somehow.
Yeah,
I've given up. I said it to Sean on the weekend. I said, with the Uber driver, I've given up, bro. We could sign Prime Messi, yeah. And I'm telling you, whatever manager we have, the Uber driver is playing. Like, I don't know, man. I think the club gets fined if he doesn't start. I think there's a big fine or something.
Yeah, he must look good in training.
Oh, he must be ridiculous in training.
Like, think about it.
He must be training well.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you think about it, yeah. Whoa, okay, cool. Yeah. So, if you think about it, most training sessions, you probably have 20 minutes of a full-size pitch game or 30 minutes. He must be cooking for those 30 minutes. And then Roy Hudson forgets it's a 90-minute game, son.
And
he looks fine for 30 minutes. Full-size pitch is 90 minutes, so he looks fine for 30 minutes in training. But oh my God. Nah, man. He needs to. They need to find a way to get rid of him.
Listen,
he needs to pray they get rid of him.
I'm telling you.
But funny enough, all your goals came from the left-hand side.
Exactly.
They kept the ball away from him after
and had nothing to do with him.
Yeah. Second half, they said, "Don't go that way. We ain't getting nothing down that channel. Right-hand side is lock half. Don't go there."
You'll miss him when he's gone.
Yeah, I won't have nothing to complain about on the right side. You know what I mean? Are you noticing that I'm not even complaining about Joe Ward anymore? Joe Ward is still there playing, and he's still not good, but at least he's keeping it simple now. He knows his limits. That's a man that knows. You know what? Yeah, I'm dead food. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it very simple. I'm not gonna try and go forward
Basic.
too much because I don't have to then run back. Yeah, and when I'm defending, I'm gonna try and stay on my feet for as long as possible. Do you get what I mean? And keep it absolutely
Even your
simple.
most hated guy,
You know what I'm saying?
Mitchell. Now
Yeah,
knows
even
to keep it
Mitchell.
simple.
Even Mitchell is keeping it simple. He even whipped in a couple of decent
Tackles
crosses.
and
You know what I
puts
mean?
it forward. And then sometimes obviously the first goal. Sometimes he ventures forward. But even that first goal, I don't think Mitchell was asking for the ball. He weren't ready for it. Because his first touch told me that he weren't ready for it. Because he was like, oh, bro, you passing it to me? Okay.
He's always a deer caught in the headlights when he gets into the ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? In the opposition box. He's always surprised to get it. Like, you know what I
Because
mean?
he's thinking, why are you passing to me?
He's used to Zaha just dummying him, like, you know what I mean?
And
Pretending to
use
pass.
the man as a dummy run.
Yeah.
A decoy. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's there. But yo, it is what it is, man. It was a decent dub, you know what I mean? Decent start to the season. You know me, yeah. When it comes to Crystal Palace, I'm always looking at the league like, are there 3 teams that are worse than Crystal Palace? If I can find them, I'm happy. I know that. You know what?
Well,
We're at least
Burnley,
gonna be
Luton,
okay.
Everton.
Because there's
There's
other
a
Crystal
few-
Palace
there's a few
fans,
of them.
bro. There's other Crystal Palace fans here that want to be looking at Brian because they're the so-called rivals. I'm like, big man, you learning to face your front. Crystal Palace is about staying in the league. That's all you should be happy about. Stay in the league. You don't spend money to be doing anything else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Now we're talking about Crystal Palace. It was a good game for them, blah, blah, blah. But I have to mention, Jesus Christ, Wolves. They need to find goals. Because everything up to the final third, they were cooking. Like I said, their defenders were basically in Crystal Palace's half as well. They weren't even on the halfway line. They were in their half. Because everything was going well. They were cooking. When they get to that final third, nosebleed.
Yeah, but they tried to play football like they were Man City coming to play against Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Like they were big dons coming to play. Like, you know who you are, innit? Know who you are. But anyway, speaking of Man City, I want to get into this before we cut as well, yeah. Vincent Kompany. Yeah, if we were talking about fraud watch, I'm bringing you to the podium. I'm bringing you and your tongue head to the podium. Yeah, because he was in the championship playing that nice football. Yeah,
Cooking
with a
everyone.
bunch of loan players. Does that sound familiar?
Lampard!
You know what I mean? I know Lampard is worse because he didn't even get promoted with them loan players anyway. But still, this man is coming to this league, yeah, and you know what I mean? He's almost halfway to that 007, boy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nice football they're playing.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Before I talk way too much, when do they play United? Because watch. Open my big mouth and that's
This is how I know the insecurities.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Watch them all of a sudden.
You worry about United? What about Palace, bro? We could be the first ones. Do you know what I mean?
The first victims.
Right, you know what I mean? It's more likely of that happening than Man United. But now, man, they're too open. They're so naive. It's not even like they're bad, but they're just so naive. They're just trying to he actually wants to play that Man City.
Of course, we've got them in 2 games' time. I ain't talking nothing. It's Forest first and then us. I'm waiting.
Absolute shooked. But anyway, man, this game here, these men are trying to play tiki-taka, yeah, and it's like you got no business playing this, man. You do not have the facilities for that big man. Absolutely not, man. And we've seen this. This is what Norwich do. Norwich look like Brazil when they're playing in the championship. And they come up and they get cooked every time they come into the league.
They're a yo-yo club, innit? They love it. Up and down, and stuff like that. I think Burnley would do the same thing, make a success out of it. But yeah, the football is... The idea is right. But the speed of the Prem, the technical ability of
the players that you have.
It's too much.
100%.
The difference is too much, man. The difference is too much.
Do you know what I mean? You're not coming up against championship opposition here. You can't get away with this. Do you know what I mean?
He should know better. He should know better.
Egos, man. Egos. See, that's the thing. When you are
but isn't this the same guy that told Arsenal fans that Lokonga was going to be some big boy player or something?
But that's the thing. If you notice, there's a lot of football players, top football players, that become managers and forget that just because I was able to do it doesn't mean that these boys are able to do it. Henry is another perfect example. Of course, we said Lampard, probably Gerrard as well, if you want to throw that in there, where they maybe don't understand that these guys ain't you. They're not the people you've played with. So yes, while you have the mentality of going, oh, I want to play beautiful football, people need to stop looking at Pep. He had Barcelona B team, then Barcelona's main team, right? To expand on his lovely football career, and then since then he's only gone to teams that have the players
technical
to do that.
quality players, exactly. With the players to do it. You're trying to do
you
it
can't
Burnley,
look
man.
at him. Yeah, you can't look at him, but you're trying to do this with guys that are championship players.
Nasty work.
Relax.
Nasty work. And to finish, boy, Everton, they look like they're in trouble as well. You know what I mean?
They're in real big trouble.
Hey, if they don't get relegated out of this, I don't know.
They just keep surviving. They're just doing that. Who was that team? Was it Wigan? Remember Wigan had like 3 seasons or 2 seasons in a row where they were just surviving.
Martinez, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. They just kept surviving, and then the luck ran out eventually.
Every year.
They won a FA Cup and then went down the same season because they were like, they expanded.
Oh, that was
much.
the one on Arsenal's heads, isn't it? Yeah, I remember that still.
Yeah, they expanded too much and got a trophy that went down. So yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So Everton look like they're pushing their luck as well. But Sheffield United put up a decent fight. I mean, it was a decent game, 2-2, I think. But the only thing I saw in that game, which just made me laugh was that Pickford, when he made the save, he was doing some cheeky hand gesture, and I was like, big man, you're not even winning. Like, how are you doing this? You're not winning, and this is your first point. Is this the first point? Yeah, first point of the season.
Yeah, but he's probably doing that because of the other one that come off the post and licked him in his head and went into the back of the net.
Hey, the assist on that goal, he deserved to go in, boy. I was watching that, and I was like, nah, this has to finish in a goal. But Sheffield United, that looks like it's going to be a tough away ground to go to still. I don't think that's going to be an easy place to pick up thing, unlike Luton and Burnley and them, man.
To be fair, even when last time they were up, it wasn't easy. I mean, it got easier after a while because the Premier League is a consistent monster.
Yeah, the overlapping centre back business they were doing.
Yeah. Them man were tired by the second half of the season, bro. So yeah, man, it was that before. Hopefully, the manager's a little bit more sensible this time around. But yeah, man. I think that's it, man.
That is it.
Game that we need to go into, man.
That is absolutely it, boy. I mean, we should have been reminding the people to leave a like, boy. Very, very important to leave that
like,
boy.
Share, comment.
I mean, absolutely,
get involved,
absolutely. Man. Get that engagement up on the video, boy. This is how we get more exposure and that.
Yeah, I'm loving the fact that we get loads of views, but we need more likes, people, man. Come on.
Man. Likes. Come on, likes in this place. But yeah, man. Otherwise, it is what it is, boy. Do you know what I mean? Unless if you guys got anything else.
3 points, that's all I need.
The worst thing for you is a few weeks, boy, to marinate in this dip before you can collect.
I am not marinating anymore, man. I'm done after this. It's back to international football, which we all love. You know what I mean?
Maguire is in the England squad, so you know what I mean. You got him to watch.
No comment on. One day we need to have a breakdown conversation about Gareth Southgate and his picks. One day, I think one episode. Maybe we should do it this international break because we need to dissect what goes through this guy's head. He's not
absolutely,
I'm telling you,
absolutely. But yeah, man. And otherwise, we'll catch you next week. Later.
Adios.
Bye.